Welcome back to Memoriapolis, a city builder slash 4X game where you build one city from Antiquity. This is where we started, then we moved to the Middle Ages over here, and later on even to the Renaissance. Alright, we have here definitely slightly different, city, and now we are at the Age of Enlightenment. And we're gonna build that new city or the new part of the city on this side. This is my Age of Enlightenment center, the place, if you wish. We already have enough people, 20,000, because we have almost 25,000 to be able to unlock the next level, but it does require a bit more tiles. So we're gonna have to wait a second for this. In the last episode, I showed you how we got, all of the wonders of the previous age, and we even managed to end that age pretty early, and therefore we have now more than 3,000 cycles for Age of Enlightenment. What we should be doing, as always, right away is try to get a couple of factions. We're gonna start with the Parliament faction, so the political one. Let's quickly check where we have. Okay, so this is political center. So let's go attract a faction. Done. Then I see we have a lot over here, so probably we attract a faction on this side. And can we attract any other? Here we can attract one more. Okay, done. So it is. We have now 3 factions that are okay to join. So let's accept all of them. And let's make sure, as always, we give them no taxes so that their trust goes to 100. Cool, cool. And oh, we have still one more. Okay, so can I already get one more? I think maybe once we build over here, there's no faction, and here no. Okay, so it's either wait for a few population to be unlocked on this side, or we put it somewhere else, like potentially on this side there is space. Let's check that out. So here, the military faction, for example, right? There's quite a lot of space and population, so that makes sense. Good. So that is the 4th faction. I see there's also a demand here. They want to expand. Sure, go for it, buddy. Oh, and another one also wants to expand on this side. Sure, go for it, buddy. But more importantly, hey, so many want to expand. One more. This is going to give me more money, so I'm not complaining. We do have also 1 production points, so we're gonna put it on a tile thing, alright? Because tile is what I'm missing right now. In terms of trade routes, right now we only have 1. We do have a gift. Oh, that is nice. Let's take it. But we probably want to unlock as soon as possible another one. So this is the cheapest. Let's go for it. And I say it's the cheapest. Clay, we have a lot of clay, so let's sell 1,000 clay. Gold, we don't have that much. Gold leaf, we do have a lot, so let's sell some. And with this, maybe I can potentially buy wooden beams with a lot custom. Okay, so actually no, we're not gonna buy anything. We're just gonna take the money. And then we could, oh, here it is, we could already do our improvements, so that's great, of the city. And you do want to do that as quickly as possible because there is new productions, right? So as quickly as we can, start those production will be, the better. Okay, so we do have, here it is, some new faction or some new district that are created, but I don't have any cultural political points yet left to do that. Okay, we could, no, we cannot transform it yet into a trading post, but we can potentially open another one because we have 21,000, so it should be fine. Let's just see anything we should be selling. We don't have that much of these. Could sell a bit of that. Go for 100 and 100, make us some money. And instead, let's buy some bricks because we're pretty low on bricks. Good. Okay. So yes, we've started to get some of our first factions, right? So that is great. There are others that you want to expand, sure thing, you can. Our goal is, as always, to get the service as quickly as possible, services, but in this case there's only one, and then probably to get as quickly as possible to the wonders. These are the 4 types of wonders we can get for this age. Culturally, these are the buildings, and we may want to see where we have interesting know-how bonuses, like positive faction gain could be good, passive trade routes, yes. Usually I like to go for the blueprint one, and potentially also the generation of blueprints, but that's pretty far, okay. And the one that improves immigration, okay, is also pretty far. It makes sense, you know, they're hiding those strong ones, you know, behind a lot of things. Now we should also continue to improve our production. We have 1,000 people right now. But before I do new old production, if you wish, I'm just going to see those 2 new ones here that will enable us to create the 2 things we're missing. So I think that's probably the last production in the games, if I'm not mistaken. But it is. As a city, a lot of things paused, you may remember, because we are we are keeping them for the storage, but there was no wood left in many of these. In terms of food, are we really in negative? We are really in negative, okay. So did I already upgrade? No, we can upgrade this to level 4, and then potentially then it will be this one to level 4. We have already 1 point back for trading, so let's see if we can transform this. Yes, 500 wooden beams, 400 cut stone, and 2,000 blueprint is a lot. It's going to double or almost double my gold coin production, and we get, you know, a lot of these bonuses over here, like gift from time to time. So this is pretty good in my opinion. Okay, and the next one is already there. We have finished Beard, right? So let's see those 2 new production. This is at the bottom, the glassware, 1,750 blueprints, but we have almost 20,000, so, or 15,000 now. Not too bad. There's only 2 improvements of these ones. Wait, so 42 sand into 17 glass, 42. Oh, that's a bug. Okay, that's a bug. Visual bug, I guess, but still a bug. Okay. So let's build those 2 first, right? Glassware and foundry. Not a lot of place over here. Let's see more on this side. And now we can build anywhere we want, I think, at this point in the game. So that's interesting. Let's go 1. I don't know if we should go for 2, because that's gonna be definitely a big, you know, a big push on my consumption for this one of sand and this one of wood. So I'm thinking we need to boost my wood production even further. Let's put another one of these here and unpause some of these cutting camps, right? So that we have enough wood, hopefully. Actually, let's put, no, we don't have enough for 2. And the other one was sand. So let's find a bit more of sand like over here. Great sand place. Ah, it is. Is it really in the water? Come on. Can I fit one here somehow? That would have been pretty cool, but no, I don't think we can. We do have a lot of sand there, so that's fine. Let's go. Now that we can place them anywhere we want, that's pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but that's definitely easier. Okay, food production now should be in the positive. Yes, it is. Perfect. Good. We should boost what? We're very low on tiles. It feels like tiles is probably the one we should boost again. Okay. This is tiles, but this is already boosted. Oh no, this is brick. Okay. It's fine. Brick is also not that great. A new request from House of Wisdom. Is that one of the new ones? Probably not. Copernicus, they want to expand. So where? House of Wisdom. This is not one of these. No, this is this one here. Definitely don't care what's happening over here. We have one new wonders that has been built, but it's one of the old one, right? We are continuing to expand on this side. I'm gonna boost a bit my wood production. I feel like we're gonna need one more here again. And we have unlocked the first thing, the artillery barracks. So that is probably here. Yes, okay. Not so important. What I want to go for is for the parliament as quickly as possible and continue to improve those things over here. Let's see. Next one, 3,500. Anything we should be selling at Madrid? We have a lot of charcoal. We are on maximum charcoal, so let's sell some. And that's pretty much it. Let's just sell, get some money to repay, like to reimburse the investment we just made, if you wish. And yeah, this wonder is almost finished. That one too. We don't have yet those cultural points. It's gonna take a minute for them to arrive. But at least satisfaction is looking fine. We may want soon to create a rampart over here. I'm gonna get, now that we can build anywhere we want, let's get some wood over here. I know this is not making a lot of wood, but it's also not costing a lot to build one of these, and in particular, you know, the number of people working there. So that's why I'm doing that, just spamming them. That's okay. And yeah, let's continue. Let's see what we need for the next level. We need 23,000. We have almost 26, but we do need 400 bricks. So maybe I try to buy that, even if the reality is we don't really need it. This will be helpful for sure. I'm thinking next we try, as I said, to do our first rampart over here. Let's see if we expand as much as possible. Like here, there, here. That's pretty good. I mean, maybe, yes, it is going to expand a bit more on this side, maybe more on this side, but this is already, you know, taking almost 1,000 people, reducing their need of health and safety by 20%. That's pretty cool. Now, it is a lot of resources, but again, I think that's totally worth it. Speaking of resources though, we are really low now on wood, because I just spent it all. But we have 1,200 people not working. I think we really do need to build even more production, especially of things like those basic ones, like wood and maybe quarries too. So I'm gonna spam a few and I'll see you in a minute. A few minutes later, we're ready for level 3 of Beard. We have already a lot more population than what's needed, and yeah, it was a lot of resource. I mean, almost 3,000 stone, more than 2,000 clay, 1,687 iron, tons of other things. Gonna take 20 turns also with the basic production, and then yeah, that's gonna give us access actually to another production. I also see that we have 1 production point and 2 more markets, so let's check that. With this third level, we've unlocked the prospecting workshop, which is a bit similar to the reforestation workshop, but more for your mines. And it's going to replenish some of those depleted resources. Right now, we don't really need it. With the fact that we're able now to place things anywhere on the map, there's quite a lot of resources left for us. So I'm not gonna do that right away. On the other hand, what I think we should be doing is getting the last few factions we don't have, right? We have 4. We're missing the 2 blue ones. So one of them over here, let's go. I'm gonna accept it right away. And then we need the other blue one. Yeah, perfect, perfect, done. With this, we already have all 6 factions for this age. And this one is already at 99% of trust, so let's tag them. 78, so you can wait a bit before being taxed. Yes, you can wait a bit. You can wait a bit. And let's look for the political, by the way. We're at 5. We need to get to 8, I think. Yes, we need to get to 8 to get the parliament. Okay, that's fine. Now this is still being built for sure. We do have also a lot of those other points, but I don't like to use them. So we're not using them. We may soon also start looking into cultural buildings to help boost the power of some of these. But first, I'm pushing these, in particular converting into trade posts, because this can give you 8 or sometimes even more. I remember in the last age, sometimes we got 10 power. So it will cost 2,000 of blueprints, but we have 18,000, so it's fine. We do also have, I think, quite a bit of money, so let's unlock the last 2. And that way we're gonna make passive money going forward. We still have 1 point, so let's see. Do we have what it takes to convert another one? Yes, we have. So let's convert another one into trade post. Actually, that didn't even cost something. That's strange. I think usually it costs point. Okay, we don't have enough wooden beams now, but maybe what I can do is buy some. So who sells wooden beams? Here. So let's buy 1,000. No, we can't. The maximum in storage is 582. This is gonna cost a lot of money, so maybe we sell like 200 gold leaves. It's fine. And yeah, clay, gold, bricks is okay. I mean, this is not gonna bring me that much money, so maybe we sell also 1,000 of this. Okay, now it's almost like a neutral, exchange. We will continue boosting some of those production. In particular, I mean, gold and iron, they do bring back a lot of money. So let's see, yeah, here for example, that's perfect. Let's get iron and another one for gold. Now the gold is actually a bit more on this side or on that side. Okay, and then we can boost them with those 2 points very soon. What else? And not much else. Like we're gonna need to continue expanding. As I said, we do have a lot of people, so we could start doing some cultural buildings. Right? There's no reason why not, given that we're gonna need to wait for the wonders to be unlocked. We may want though to be ready for those unlocked of the wonders, meaning have enough storage, right? That's something we can look at in a second. So if we look at the wonders over here, they are going to cost 4,000, or let's call it 5,000 of the basic resource. We have 10,000 storage of wood, so that's fine. 7,000 of stone, that's fine. For the sand, 7,000, clay 7,000, so we're good there. Then for gold and iron is 3,500. We have definitely enough storage. For the wooden beams, it's 875. We're good there. We're good for the cut stones. We're not good for bricks and tiles. So we're gonna need to boost this one. Let's start with this. And in terms of boosting, I think we're gonna do a couple of these, because remember this, contrary to some of the first one, this, while using a lot more people and resources to produce 1 brick, it also helps you to use less clay. So there is an efficiency play over here. And right now those costs are very low, right? In terms of blueprints to unlock these. So yeah, that's what we're doing, unlocking those upgrades, and then let's build them. I'm gonna do that, offline, and I'll see you in a minute. A few minutes later, we have finally unlocked the parliament. So let's unlock it officially in our building tree and build it if possible right away. Yes, we can. Do we have space inside the... I think we're not gonna have space inside there. I'm gonna have to get it out. Okay, I mean, this is definitely in this corner, right, that we have a lot of these types. But yeah, I think we just have to put it right out. Oopsie, right outside here. It's not the end of the world, but done. So we are very good on health. That's not a problem. It's good to get some esteem. I think belonging is always the most important. But I do see safety. No, it's all great. Okay. So let's go with belonging and creativity. Perfect. Now the other thing is, I think we have enough people over here. 26,000. Yes, we have reached enough people and we have enough reserves also. Almost 800 tiles. So it's a good thing we are starting to increase those reserves. All right. I don't think we've increased them enough, though. We're gonna need to increase them even further. But soon we'll be at the max level again for these. That is pretty cool. What is that? Usually food stock is low, but it's not low. What are you saying? I have tons of food. But maybe just to be safe, I'm gonna upgrade another one. So this is already level 4. This is level 3, so let's go to level 4. And as always, you know, a couple of things that from time to time get empty. So I have to switch them around. Here I have created, I think, a trading post everywhere. Yes, trading post. And we're starting to get some gifts, including, you know, some power. That's pretty cool. Let's gather all of these. Yes, that's some great gifts. That's some great gift. Now, if you don't like it, you can also just cancel it so that it doesn't take a bit of time. But in this case, we're just collecting all of the gifts at once, and then we'll just wait for all of these gifts to be done and move, you know, to the next stage. Okay, that was a lot of great gifts, as you can see over here. Thank you for that. In the parliament, we have the decrease as always. So we're gonna continue these ones. I'm thinking, while it may not be great, where is it? Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna push that one forward to increase the power of our new factions. It's also going to increase the power of the old ones, but at least the new ones, so that we get faster to the wonders. But more importantly, we also have those articles over here. The first one is available. The second one, third one, etc. will come a bit later. But yeah, we can basically choose reduce building construction and improvement cost by 5%. That's not a lot. All faction increase the power gain, you know, by cycle by 15%. That is exactly what I want. So let's do that one for sure. And then again, in 158 cycle, we know we can do this one. We know we can also continue to do some others over here. In particular, where is, for example, immigration or blueprints? Blueprints, yes. Let's do blueprints. Because if you look at the cost of these, right, it's 6,000 to unlock each of the wonders. So we have 4, right? That's 24,000. We are not at 24,000. So increasing a bit of blueprints would be good. I do think, though, we will probably get there. So I'm also maybe going to start doing some cultural buildings. In particular, cultural buildings that could help the factions that, you know, are over here, right? So for example, the military one, but also maybe the faction or the buildings that will give me what I need. Few minutes later, we're actually on cycle 562, so really still at the beginning, right? But we are ready to do the final improvement to level 5 of Place Beard. It is costing tons, in particular in clay, almost 5,000 clay, but also some of the advanced resource like the charcoal or the glasses that we started to make. But still, we're gonna do it for sure, you know, 20 turns, and that should make us ready, you know, to move to the last age if we wanted. We're not gonna do it, but if we wanted, we could. If we wanted, we could. I also see that we're starting to get more and more gifts over here. That is great, especially if we can get some power. No power. Come on, give me a bit of power. No power. Because my people or my, you know, factions, this is 18, 29. So the military, maybe the first one will get 18, 19, 15, and 26. So really this, actually, no, I don't have it. Where is it? Yeah, this is the one we should potentially try. Wait, what is that? Why does it say I can't do it? Improve the age family alignment to level 1. Well, I've done that. Maybe it is because this is in progress. So that's a small little bug basically. But that's okay. We'll survive. We'll survive. We still haven't passed, you know, the first check-in, but look at this. We are ready basically for the final one. My points are all great. Perfect. And in one, here it is. We are now ready to potentially move. Now we have factions that are over 90 or 90, so they prevent us from moving. And again, anyway, I would rather want to do a couple of the wonders before we move. So we're gonna work on this. We have this resource here that is empty, so let's pause it. And what is that? A new article. Oh, that's what I was showing you before, right? Where we have article 2 that is available. And article 3 should be soon too, right? It says 4 cycle. So we can either reduce our food consumption by 20% or reduce the cost increase for ramparts 25%. I don't think we're gonna do a lot of ramparts. I mean, my city already has rampart everywhere. So maybe we'll go with the food one. And then the next is improve management of ruins or reduce the cost of maintaining and improving. I think we're gonna do that one because we have a lot of trading posts. So as soon as, you know, this is unlocked, I will also do it. I call 687. We have the first wonder that is ready to be unlocked, the Bastille Saint-Antoine, right? Let's unlock it 6,000 and look at this. We are basically at 24,000. So this is exactly what we need for all 4. So we know we have enough blueprints. Now, will we have enough resources? Yes, we have. The question is, you know, do we put it very close over here or do we create a new city? That is a good question. There is not a lot of space left here, but we could potentially just put them all over here. Boats needs to be on the river. So this is one of these that needs to be on the river. Okay, so let me see, maybe on this side here. The whole thing needs to be on the water. Okay, well, I guess we put it really close then to this island. This is basically a bit like Paris, right? There's a small island in the middle, so that makes sense to put it there. Okay, first wonder, ladies and gents. I think we're a bit further for the next one because this is 21, 21, and 18. So yeah, it's gonna take a while to get the next two, but hopefully with, you know, some gifts, we can get them, except for the market one. The market one actually has nothing here. So I need to try to push the market faction. A few minutes later, ladies and gents, and our first wonder of this age has been fully built, the Imperial Court Library over here. This is a pretty big one. We've also started the second one, Superga Basilica over here. Actually, that wasn't the first one, sorry, my bad. The first one was this, the Bastille Saint-Antoine. This one is also completely finished. And then last but not least, it also required, you know, an access to water. That was a bit of a theme, so I've put it close to the other two, frankly also because there wasn't a lot of other places. Like here there's a swamp, here there's a mountain, here there's no space, here there's a swamp. So the only other place was basically all the way over here, and that's pretty far from the rest of the city. So yeah, this is the fourth and final wonder of this age. So we've built it all. We've done it all. We built it all. Now, obviously, there is a couple of cultural buildings we could do, but there's no point, right? All of these are really there to help with your satisfaction. My satisfaction is perfect. Look at this. 0 unhappy, 0 unsatisfied, 0 unsatisfied, 0 unsatisfied, 0 unsatisfied. This is beautiful. We do have also a bit of reserve of blueprint, bit of reserve of money, tons of memory points. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna need all of these. So yeah, let's just, oh, we have a faction above 90 as always. Let's check it. This is actually maybe this one here, 93. It's one of our new faction, but they are very happy. They are very happy. So let's do a small assault, costs less money. An assault, yeah, here it is. Okay, so I don't see anything else above 90 so far. 88, a lot of 80s. Because I've been doing obviously destabilization regularly. And so we should be fine. Yeah, here it is. Change of age. Let's move to the next age towards the final age. I'm gonna skip the cinematics, do a quick check on our Esplanade. Perfect, right? Perfect score, no problem. Preservation, I think we should all be fine to preserve everything, given the fact that we had 90 memory points, and in the last age we didn't even need all of our points. I think that's gonna be the same over here, where here it is, we have protected everything and we're only needing 35 points out of our 90, so not a problem at all. And now it is time to choose our final destiny. For the craftsman, we've already selected 3. The only one will be increasing a bit of production, but that doesn't feel like something we need. Now, that doesn't also feel like something we need. Definitely not that. Number of decrease, potentially. Random grief, not really. Cultural buildings. Doubling our know-how slots could be very powerful. Let's go with that. And it is, ladies and gents. I hope you're ready for the final episode, for the final age. Thank you for watching. Smash like button. I hope to see you next time.